This is a announcement brought to you by Informanté Radio. Coronaviruses are a large family of viruses that cause illnesses ranging from the common to more severe diseases such as the Middle East respiratory and severe acute respiratory. Most common as SARS. A novel virus is a new previously identified in humans. Viruses are zoonotic, meaning they are transmitted between animals and people. Investigations found that SARS was transmitted from cats to humans and MERS from dromedary camels to humans. Several known coronaviruses are circulating in animals that have not yet infected humans. Common signs of infection include respiratory symptoms, fever and cough, shortness of breath and breathing difficulties. In more severe cases, infection can cause pneumonia, severe acute respiratory syndrome, kidney failure, and even death. Standard recommendations to prevent infection spread include regular hand washing, covering mouth and nose when coughing and sneezing, cooking meat and eggs. Avoid close contact with anyone showing symptoms of respiratory illness such as coughing and sneezing. Consult with your doctor if any of the common signs appear. This public service announcement was brought to you by Informanté Radio.
or what?
In
German,
Dutch.
In German.
In German.
Ooh, Dutch.
Guten Morgen. Dutch is something completely different.
Goeiemorgen.
The morgen is the guten.
Ja, daar
Something
is
like
Dutch. Ja.
Sylvia,
Sylvia, Wakumwa, sound is terug. Is it okay, guys? Is the sound okay for you guys out there? Sylvia Wakumwa says good morning. Ek sien julle, maar ek hoor julle nie. Môre in volgorde. Ja. Hoop julle het 'n mooi naweek gehad. Myne was lekker.
Mine was fun too.
Yeah.
Enjoying all the rain. The rain was fantastic.
Rovia is really, that's a pathetic rhetoric right there. Shows your level of abilities. Why do you call people dakkies? No. Wat het julle, wat bestry julle so vroeg môre?
Oh, is 'n maandag.
It's a. Wat nou?
Wat het jy gemaak? Wat het jy net gemaak?
Wat het Ro gemaak? Hey Ro, wie is dakkies hierso?
Ja.
Ja,
Dis ek nou 'n whitey.
Jay's a whitey.
Julle dakkies.
Ja. Guys,
Oh my goodness.
Once
morning.
again, and welcome to everybody out there who's joining our stream. It's one more week of suffering.
Is that the way you see it?
Nee, ek tel nou.
You can't do that because you're going to be suffering a third of your life and the other third you're sleeping.
It's true, eh?
Yeah.
It's true. But you know what? It's been talking about weekend. It's really been laid back, as you say.
Mm-hmm.
I was really just around. That's all that I was doing.
Ek het 'n party.
Het jy
Saterdag toe
geparty?
party ek.
You had
In a
family time.
Dat was nice.
Please explain.
Also, ons was aan William toe. En ons het bietjie gaan geparty want dat was sy ouma se birthdaykie. Ja.
How old is she?
19.
Wow. Congratulations. Well done.
Congrats.
How do people want to live till they're 90?
Why not?
Not if she can still look after herself, as sy nog kan loop van hier af tot by die deur, if she can go to the bathroom by herself,
Yes.
If
If she can give you wisdom,
yes,
soos 'n boom vol eile,
yeah,
that is important.
yeah, and you know what? I think at that age, if I can still enjoy an ice cream and my insulin does spike, then why wouldn't I want to be alive?
Yeah.
Want to live till you're 90?
I don't think so. My family lineage. I think miskien try to look after myself. Ek dink 80 is seker my
Yeah, man.
maximum.
I have a funeral cover on this lady.
Oh, you have a funeral
Yeah.
cover.
Ah, that's right. Come on,
And I'm
Mitch.
struggling. Life is hard now, Mitch.
Oh, Mitch, man. Yeah.
I'm just
Die
saying.
man is
It's never. If my kids have funeral cover, like life cover and stuff on me, and I see my kids' life, it's hard. I would want to go.
I say.
I would want to make it easier for my kid. But here, Mara Ozalis will not live.
I would like to say a special good morning to two people, Muhao and Natalie. Thank you very much. Yes. I say, thank you.
Yes. Mitch, ek en jy moet ons eie fan club kry.
Yeah. Your own fan club. Don't invade our fan club.
Let's get people who just greet us
Asseblief.
in the morning.
Soos Sylvia, jy moenie weer van Koffie groet. Groet net vir ons. Ja, ons soek ook ons eie fan club nou.
Guys, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Rovier. Hey, Madi! This is a fight that I would want to. Okay, ding ding.
Yeah.
What is it?
Ek wil, Roviera shows your level of stupidity. I wonder why do they allow such stupidity in this show? You need to watch Tom and Jerry. That comes from Divine Moyo.
That's hey.
Morning to the one whitey and two darkies in the studio. Hey, Ro, there are 3 darkies in the studio. Shines
is also here.
Shines is darker than us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ja, wat gaan nou met Rovier?
People really enjoy attention. Hy moet loop pipi en slap. Hy moet kurwa.
The violence.
Wat gaan aan?
It's Monday. Relax, guys.
Hoe het hierdie ding gestart?
Ek ken nie eens hoe nie, like who?
You've got to go to the top of the list where Ro made a comment.
I don't see that comment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know to say.
I see the comments start with Hannes Kaufman, Molo Molo. everyone.
Unless Ro went back and he edited it.
Oh,
Yeah.
it could be. But ding ding, please find it out. We
No.
We are here.
No, Ro didn't edit it. It's still there. He says, help those darkies fix the sound.
Oh.
That is what started it.
Oh, hey. Ja, jy moet ons na-check hier.
Ja, no. Ons het ten minste iemand gekry wat vir ons stem by das.
Daar sê. Koffie? Ja.
Yes.
Let's continue. You probably have some violence that you would like to
I've
share
got
with us
lots to share with you.
over the weekend.
This is Informanté Live, and these are our top stories. Cannabis worth $700 Namibia got 2 men arrested in Omaruru. According to the Erongo police, 2 Namibian men aged 23 and 25 were reportedly found in possession of 15 bunkies of skunk during a police search at the Ozonja location. The bunkies, containing 14 gram each, are valued at around $700 Namibia, the police said. The men will appear in the Omaruru's magistrate court for possession of cannabis. 3 men were arrested after reportedly being found in possession of 250 Mandrax tablets hidden in the boot of their car during a police search on the road between Omaruru and Karibib. According to the Erongo police, the value of the drugs is estimated at $30,000 Namibia. The men aged 30, 25 and 23 years were reportedly caught on Wednesday around noon, about 15 kilometers from Omaruru. They will also appear in the Omaruru's magistrate court for dealing in and alternatively possession of mandrax. And finally, the Crime Investigative Unit of the Namibian Police this weekend started a probe into what can be considered as Namibia's biggest extortion case in recent memory, involving $55 million Namibia to change an affidavit in a murder investigation. The investigation was sparked by a damages and compensation claim by the South African lawyers of Alta van Wyk, widow of farm manager Gerard van Wyk, who died of a gunshot wound sustained during a scuffle with the employer of the van Wyk's family, and British billionaire Harvey Bolter, who was also wounded in the scuffle. Bolter filed the complaint at the Kamanya police shortly after his bail conditions were relaxed in the magistrate's court earlier in the week. Your Trustco share price today, the 17th of January, is at $1 Namibia and 67 cents per share. Taking a brief look at the financial indicators, the Namibia dollar is trading against the US dollar at $15 Namibia and 30 cents, against the euro at $17 Namibia and 50 cents, and against the British pound at $21 Namibia on the dot. This is Informanté Live, and these were our top stories. You can find more on our website, which is informante.web.na.
Informanté News. Informanté News. Firm but fair.
So we've got what is skunk? Kyk, ek ken dagga and so on. I know that. But what the hell is skunk?
I know a skunk. What is a skunk? But
Oh no, it's like a strain of dacha. Like they have most like what?
Skunk.
Yeah.
Because it stinks like a skunk.
No, I don't think it's
because that's what we asking.
Exactly.
Me and Kaufi are asking.
We're not
Never
into this.
came Kamani.
Nee, Samoer. Even let's go with. It's a good question that you're asking, Kaufi. And since when did the name of a stop
Yeah.
change now to Banky?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, nee. We used to know it as a stop mos.
When I grew up, when we grew up,
Skyf of it.
nee, ons het
As
hom
a
'n stop,
stop.
ons het hom 'n
Or
stop.
stop.
They roll it in a
Ja.
specific way and they called it a stop.
Ek gaan koop 2 stoppe.
Oh, ek sien.
Ja, ek gaan koop 'n stop. That's what we used to call it.
Ja.
Now it's a what? A banky.
Bankie.
A banky.
Ja.
Was die vroeëre entjie nie?
Nee, entjie is 'n
Engines mos
sigaret.
die
Oh,
sigaret.
entjie is 'n
Ja.
sigaret.
Entjie is 'n sigaret.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm a non-smoker, so I wouldn't.
Ja.
No, but it's like a strain of weed of dagga, like.
Nee.
Yeah,
But I mean,
it's a strain.
doesn't the police have something better to do? 14 grams of
R700.
$700 and a bit dollars. And this, in South Africa, we've got cannabis now legalized for own use. And quite often when our president talks, he basically says exactly the same that the South African president said.
Yeah.
So why don't they the Namibians just legalize cannabis for own use?
Yeah, let's get it over. It's coming.
Yeah, it
Well, it
will
better
happen.
come,
I
because,
also
I
think
mean-
it will happen.
So now we've got to have a magistrate's costs.
Hello.
Do you know what a magistrate costs?
Hallo.
And the lawyers and
Hello.
and the police, and you're sitting in jail, you have to be fed and all that. Okay, but
Such a waste of time.
with the Mandrax tablets, I feel different.
Oh, yeah.
So what is happening between the road between Omaruru and Karabib?
Yeah, that's what I don't understand.
If I may just maybe give my thoughts here, is this stuff not being trafficked from Walvis Bay or to
There you go.
Walvis Bay? One
There
of
you
the
go.
two.
It's highly likely that it's basically peddled from Walvis Bay.
Into the north, or perhaps even Zambia, and wherever.
Yeah, I think it comes. Most of them come from Angola or something. Because there's also another
Yeah,
strain
that's
called
it.
Angolian poison, and then there's like
So,
a whole, and it's a trend now. Every kids do it, like in the location they smoke it, like in front of elders and what. It's like a trend. It's trending. Smoking weed is cool.
Raymond Basson, when people zol.
Oh yes, remember Zol. When people Zol.
Yeah, that was Nkosazana Zuma. That is what she was. And they made a song out of it, eh?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
When people zol and they are sharing the zol, then the saliva. Dagga is only illegal because some old white dudes decided so in the past. I agree with you,
Yes,
Stephanus
I
James
also agree with that.
Ananias.
Not that it made a difference to Cape Town.
Yes.
But I think it will add to the country's economy.
Ja, if it's
Yeah,
done.
if it's sold.
Ja,
and
want
people
ek gaan
can really-
verkoop, ek gaan verkoop die.
Because
Ek sal
you,
ook verkoop.
you can now go to pharmacies and get Dagga ointment and hemp sulfies
Hemp and
you
oil
name it, and oil and all that stuff.
Franco Jose says a bag of banky. Mapangwe can't be legalized. The words still sound very dangerous to use the substance. Masha Lee Masha, good morning
Mapangwe
MMC.
is like rocks.
Yeah. Masha Lee Masha, good morning MMC crew. Have a great one. Thank you very much. Roviera, I come in peace. Maar wie noem toch sy seun divine?
Now that I'm thinking about it, man.
Shut up. Shut up.
No, man.
Shut up. Yeah. Your job here is not to think in the studio. Don't think. Yeah. Raymond Basson. Kaufi het weer die swart hemp aan.
Does hy?
Hy wil nie hoor nie.
I told you guys I will wear a different color shirt once this whole COVID thing is finished.
Jy kan guys sê more Kenny to the two tamwas and the shirumbu.
I'll be the Shirum.
Yeah.
Rose-
Franco Jose, Kaufi, your weather predictions were correct.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Smile condoms were properly tested this weekend. Hey!
You see, somebody said was like white people when it rains, white people think about farming. But ons as dit reën, ons dink van binneboot stories.
Dan sê BMW weer.
Ja, nee, as dit
Baby making weather.
baby making way.
Ons dink terwyl koffie van farming ding.
Yeah, I think like yesterday, I was sitting outside and just having a little braai, but and it was raining. I simply love the weather.
Yes,
I must say.
and you're going to enjoy the weather a little bit later again. I've got more info for you on the weather.
Nee, gee gou
Can I?
sommer die weer. Gee gou
Okay,
sommer die
so
weer.
let's do the weather.
Yeah.
The Informanté reports that all 4 sluices of the Nauta Dam in the south were opened at 9 o'clock on Sunday after heavy rains filled the dam to 111% and it overflowed.
Rotterdam?
The Nauta Dam.
Well, okay.
Yeah, it's in the south.
Yeah.
People in the south of Namibia are to be taking extra caution, especially those living along rivers. Namibia head of corporate communications, John Shigweda, said that the sluices will remain open until the level is brought to 100%. Namibia has begun releasing 400 cubic meters of water per second, with outflow lasting several hours. According to Shibeda, the situation at the Hardap and Nekatol dams is under control as the current water levels do not require any action at this stage.
Aha.
And we also had that Trans-Namib train that fell over in the south. We've had Trans-Namib, in terms of trains falling over left, right, and center, and all that kind of stuff. However, about this one, I feel a little different. Yes, one can go and say, why are these guys and the Ministry of Works, for that matter, not, keeping our rail infrastructure the way that it should be? But in the south, where those trains are running, and there's, basically just sand there, when it does rain, it takes away the supporting sand underneath those tracks. And obviously we experienced heavy rains in the south, and subsequently that train then fell over. Luckily nobody got hurt, but that is due to the weather. Looking at the weather today, widespread thunder showers are expected in the Khomas and Hardap regions, with flash floods in places spreading to Otjozondjupa region on Tuesday. Please take the necessary precautions. In the meantime, the interior partly cloudy and hot in the Erongo and central northern regions, elsewhere partly cloudy and hot, with a few thunder showers in the northeast, east and also Karas region, but scattered to widespread thunder showers in the Khomas and also Hardap regions. Good news, basically it's raining in Namibia. I could have just said that.
Kalfie, thank you very much. Ek wil net sê, talking about the train that fell near Aus.
Yes.
When I was traveling with my mother in December, as we were traveling through Etosha, then we had the situation of the runaway train in Walfish Bay, Swakopmund.
Yes, we had that situation.
Yeah, and then the moment that happened, my mother, being the old school Katatura woman that she is, looked at the situation, and the first comment she made in the car was, in die boere se tyd het die treine nie geval nie.
Dit so gedit.
So I was like, ma, wat sê ma? Nee! Die boere se treine het nie geval nie. Is julle se treine wat val. Ek vra ma, hoe bedoel ma? What the hell are you talking about? Nee, ek sê, sover ek weet, die boere se treine het nie geval nie. So yesterday, my daughter was in Katatura, and so I picked her up last night. So I was scared to go into her house because I knew when this train fell,
Yes.
She's going to come at me again with me and my SWAPO government. And so, Kalfie, it was really not necessary that you need to come here and explain to us
about the train.
Yeah, it's a nodig geweest.
There's a new...
My mom is also a boere se tyd man.
Ja.
Sy enige ding. Boere se tyd toe was die rent nie so nie. Boere se tyd, ons het huise gekoop toe ons boere se tyd. My ma hou van die boere se government. But I think we should get a white guy as a president. The next president should be a white guy or a pastor. Let's
a
just
woman.
get one.
I think we just need a woman.
Sanet Stingam should be our president.
Yes.
But we must have a Nama president or a pastor president.
We've done enough there being a Damara president. It's enough. Franco Jose, Kaufi must replace NBC weather anchor.
Hey, dankie.
Is it now? You want to replace Udilo Khobetsi? Moro, welcome back to myself. Hi, Ethel.
There is a new political party. The
Aha.
Trainless People Movement.
Gaan man.
Kaufi. Los me mense, that is my party day.
Yeah. Tangeni with a capital T. Yesterday was proper weather for a skunk.
Oh.
Hoor ek by Cubase. Yeah.
Hey,
Can
Kubasi.
somebody tag Cubase in this statement from Tangeni with the capital? Franco Jose says, Divine was once upon a time called Donovan. No violence triggered. Yo! I see where this is going to. Yo!
That's hard.
Yeah, Jack and Kasep say, yeah, for once, Kaufi's weather prediction was right.
Yes.
For once.
Dankie.
Yeah. Good morning, DC. Yeah. Maruru. So, is it your surname where these things are happening?
Yes.
Where we find skunk on the road. Good morning, guys. I enjoy your show. Keep it up to update the nation. Don't call people white. Divine will come for you. Shows your level of wati. Hey. So who is Divine? Who? It's really the first time. I'm not too sure if it's the first.
Is it divine or divinay?
That will sound better than it. Divinay.
It's divine. Okay.
Divine.
Okay.
Ja, julle moet net ophou. The rain is discriminating against Ovambuland. Dry here. Penda Nali Shiuka. You have enough other things up there in Vambuland.
But that is why the trains don't fall in Vambuland. Because we had Vambu presidents. They looked after their region.
Tu senior president was do rented.
They say the same thing when Job was the mayor. It was raining heavily.
If we get a German president, the trains will no longer fall in Swakopmund.
Oh yeah. Coffee. Hoe lyk die coronavirus?
Okay,
cases?
the coronavirus statistics today, and these come from the Ministry of Health.
Yes.
Like everybody wanted me to get
Yes.
them. Okay, so
Yeah.
just to update everybody, the active cases currently in the country, 10,114. Daily new cases, 121, with 255 recoveries, which is a good thing because there are more recoveries than daily new, which means we are expecting the figures then to go down.
Yeah.
Deaths over the weekend, we had 7
7 deaths over the weekend.
corona
It's
deaths.
kind of
Yeah.
high, eh? It's becoming quite
Yeah.
an issue again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Buta Tou. Morning. Funny 12. Franco Jose, Trainless Movement Party. TMP. Ro and Franco, leave our show, please. Yeah. Leave our show. You two are not needed. Weet jy daai twee nee? Is 'n probleem.
Tension is nog nie op nie. Hy's babbelas miskien.
Nee, Dinus is Babalas.
Estumish is also not around.
She's not around. The North's juju ain't strong anymore. That is what Marsha says. Coffee, thank you very much.
Yes.
Guys, since the show is slowly coming into its stride, we have to obviously, I think what is important, we need to include some of our weekend soccer results. I'll just quickly give it to you over the weekend. Southampton 4, Brentford 1, West Ham 2, Norwich City 0, Brighton 1. Wait. Brighton 1. Now these are the
Manchester City het nou so gewen.
yeah, these are the results of this past weekend. Brighton 1, Crystal Palace 1. Man City 1, Chelsea 0. I think it's probably fair to say that Man City is really running away with the league at the moment because they have an unassailable lead of, I think, around 14 points at the moment. Norwich City 2, Everton 1. Rafael Benitez, the coach of Everton. I think the writing is on the wall for him. He might be losing his job soon. Wolves 3, Southampton 1, Newcastle 1, Watford 1. We're still waiting for Newcastle to win a game. Wow! Roviera, can you please explain to me? So on Saturday night, I was watching, not really watching, I was just looking at the game between Aston Villa and Man United. Okay? 2 sucker punch goals by Man United. They were leading 2-0 until the 70th minute. Aston Villa, who I do feel deserved to win this game because, at the pace that they were playing the game, they stormed back and they scored 2 goals in the last 20 minutes or so, and the game ended to a 2-2 draw.
Hierdie Manchester.
Ja, nee, ek weet nie wat gaan aan daar nie, but may it continue like that. West Ham 2, Leeds 3. Wow, West Ham lost at home against Leeds. Wow. And then the result of yesterday, Liverpool 3, Brentford 0. The London derby between Arsenal and Tottenham didn't happen yesterday because Arsenal seems to be, because the coach did apply to the FA for the game to be postponed because of a lot of coronavirus cases, etc., and that was granted. So we could not play. So we got about 2 games in hand. I think the other big news that happened over the weekend is that Novak Djokovic finally is leaving Australia.
Has left already, as far as I know.
He left
Mastercard.
already.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you see that advertisement of the Mastercard?
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, that was smart. That was really smart.
Very, very, very smart. Roviera, Neville Basson kan ons net ou stories wat in die naweek gebeur het uitlos. Topic of the day asseblief. Nee, hy sal nie wil hoor nie. As Man United so 'n stomba game speel, dan moet jy vir rou uitlos.
I don't even watch Manchester United's games because I think they win when I'm not watching.
Oh, are you a United supporter?
Yeah, I'm a Manchester United supporter. If you have a bastard girlfriend, you must be Manchester United.
Oh,
It's just
is klaar.
it's klaar. Die hele report is Manchester.
Otherwise, if it
Liverpool.
rains, nothing happens.
Yeah. Kaufi, do you what's your level of support when it comes to soccer? You're German, of course.
Yeah, well, look, I look at the Premier League. I'm a Newcastle fan, and Newcastle's always this team that either is in the league or it falls in the second. But I like Bundesliga. I'm a Frankfurt supporter.
Eintracht Frankfurt.
And a Cologne, after that, a Cologne supporter, because both my parents, my dad came from Frankfurt, my mother was born in Cologne. And but I'm not like
Ek verstaan.
mad about it.
Fanatic about it.
However, what is Namibian football all about?
Nee, wat?
Eh? With this fighting now and petitions in Zoo Park and secretary generals and FIFA and all that kind of stuff.
It's a mess
There
at
has
the
not
moment.
been a game.
And this is Namibia's top number 1 sport.
Yeah.
And it's in a total mess.
It's in disarray at the
Unbelievable. And we've been trying to fix this for quite a number of years, haven't we?
moment. Soccer has been in disarray for the last 3 years.
Yes.
And I say again, you know what? I'm not choosing any sides at the moment. For me at the moment is that it's disheartening because, I got a 16-year-old son who trains his ass off every day because he would love to play for the national team one day.
Yes.
So, and I don't know what will be happening in terms of soccer.
Yes.
Will this be fixed only by the time that his soccer career is basically over, that he's past his sell-by date, or whatever?
Yeah.
And there are so many aspiring soccer players out there at Ramblers, at SKW, all the junior clubs at AC, and it's just a mess at the moment.
And what happened to these teams? The Orlando Pirates, the Black Africa. What happened to them? These guys don't train even. I've not seen a soccer game in the last 2 to 3 years.
3 years. 3 years. Franco Jose, NFA must recruit German staff. We wouldn't have such problems. Ganje.
Die boere se tyd.
Ja.
Toe was daar altyd sokker, Neville.
Vukona Coffee.
Yes.
Newcastle fan. It's because of the money.
That's
or what?
that's exactly because of that. We've all known that in the English Premier League, it's been checkbook football. The richest ones are the ones that win.
Marshally Marsha.
Check for Newcastle.
I need to ask who the man is that made death threats to the three groot manne, Oom Haaks, Papa Sam, and Mr. Pohams.
What?
Yeah, I saw that in the Daily. I hope we get a chance to touch on that a little bit just before we end the show. Coffee support for Tsumeb FC.
That's a nom-top.
Yeah, non-top.
That's
Yeah. Someone from the Namibian smoked a skunk and decided that there are over 1.5 million people living in poverty. So, Frank was just saying. Ja, ek het die woorde vir jou nie. Tangeni with a capital says, Neville laat die Lighty by Coffee se need in Germany gaan bly en 4th division gaan bol.
Dis it.
Tangeni, you know what? If I can send him to Germany to go and play 4th division football, I will do it tomorrow. I would not have a problem with that. Yeah, because it's the only way. And I always said, you know what? When it comes to how German football supported Namibian footballers, I think in the last 30 years, I mean, we've been very fortunate, and the German league has produced very, very good Namibian footballers. Radundara Chikudu, who plied his trade in Germany for many years. Colin Benjamin, who plied his trade in Germany for many years, can come back and say, you know what? When it comes to Bundesliga and German football, they've done a lot. And that is obviously what my son, he would love to go to Germany, I must say. Yeah, grootste moegu of the week goes to Donovan Aka, also known as Divine. Don't call people takkies.
But
We're
the
gonna vote, Mos.
No, but
Friday
the-
we're gonna vote.
the new Mugu week program has only just started.
It's starting now, but Rowe has already thrown in his
Yes.
candidate.
Candidate. We have Tetunga. We also have
Nee, maar dat is
Tetunga.
klaar last week.
Dit was last year, no,
yeah,
okay.
last week, yeah.
Yeah, we have one candidate for this week, and it's Divine.
That's not. I'm not saying that. That's
No,
what
we will
Rowe
vote,
is
Mos.
saying.
We'll
yeah,
vote.
Yeah. Readiness Chicago says, with Novak gone, I think Rafael Nadal has a chance for a 21st Grand Slam crown. I agree. I agree, Readiness. It's all in the hands of Nadal now to actually extend his Grand Slam record over Novak Djokovic. Guys, I quickly have to make this announcement. We have a special guest in studio today. He would like to come on our show to come and share with us his new book. Kofi, Mitch, last year we had Saki Nicodemus,
Yes.
motivational speaker, who came on our show late last year, and he made such a big impact on our show just with with his motivational messages and tips that he gave to us. And I can tell you, I personally benefited from his teachings that he shared with us here on our show. He obviously asked for an opportunity to come on our show today because he would like to share his new book and the details of his new book. And obviously it is the beginning of the year, so he would like to come and share 1 or 2 motivational tips with us. Since jy die jonger ene is, can you...
I'm not the youngest anymore.
You're not the young... Please, man, if you don't mind, just to get him on the show. Shines, I think we can obviously start with the... we're shifting the camera position so that we can have Saki Nicodemus on our show. Franco Jose says, it is Sean Nodia that wrote a book on safe life. Raymond Besson says, ek ken u bra wat sy naam Delicious is en hy is nie eers gay nie. Ek ken 'n bra wat sy naam Delicious is en hy is oh,
The guys still have a problem with the divine name.
Okay, guys, let's I would say let's be I don't know this Moyo. I don't know if his name is now Donovan or whether his name is Divine. But Donovan or Divine, if your real name is Divine, then I will put respect on your name, because you know what? And with your surname being Moyo, I assume that you are Zimbabwean, okay? And it is so that Zimbabweans have names of that nature: Divine,
Yes.
Charity,
Screwdriver.
Screwdriver.
Yeah.
Moro,
Photosynthesis.
I started this on a very positive
I'm just
note,
saying.
and somebody just went south with what I tried to sell here. So, we're just getting into position here, and
Yeah.
it's again Neville brother in the studio. Yeah, ek is moeg. Yeah, somebody says yeah, it's again Neville's brother in the studio. Mutondenje says it's my brother in the studio again. We need to stop this rumor that you and me are brothers. Saki, can you just move closer to the mic so that we can just make sure that we
Your mic works.
can hear you? Just say a 1 2 1 2 in the mic.
1 2 1 2.
There we go.
Okay,
Fantastic.
1 2 Rovera says Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and that Kurwanji. Franco Jose, Zimbabwean names gift. Golf is power, prosper, justice, and blessing. Yes, those are the names.
I think they just give themselves names like that because they don't want to explain it to white people. Like, so what does your name mean? Like, it undergo, I have to explain it to white people. So what does it mean? So Zims are like, it's in the name.
Okay, but you know, they have been colonized by the British for many years.
Yeah.
And as a result, that's where the names come from. So,
Photosynthesis.
yeah.
Photosynthesis. Oh, hell no.
Word for Tangeni with a capital T. Remove the Agnat, Mitch.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ek wil-
Tanzanian though.
Ek wil die 3 bleskoppe na sien.
Anders was die bleskop man hier zo. Koffie moet ook een bleskop krijgen.
I'd say.
Yeah. Franco Jose said, is it Saki Shangala's older brother? Yeah. Saki, good morning, first and foremost.
Thank you, Neville. Good morning to you too. Thank you, colleagues.
Thank you.
If I may call you colleagues.
Yes,
as well
please
as to our, do you call them listeners? I suppose. Yeah, listeners.
Viewers.
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 And viewers.
There they are.
Oh, there they are.
Yeah.
Great.
You can just wave to them, okay, so that they know.
Compliments
Compliments.
for the new year.
Okay, Saki, just for information purposes, we have Kaufi here.
Kalfi.
Kaufi.
Kaufi.
Kauffee.
Oh, okay.
Kaufi. It's Kaufi. Yeah, because of national reconciliation, we decided, you know what.
You brought him.
Daar is toch een Lani in the studio. Hè?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, just for it. Yeah. And then we have Mitch.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Mitch is Mitch. How long have you been with us now? 2 months? 3 months?
4 months.
4 months. Now.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah. So yeah, Maria left us a little late in last year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she decided to start a new career.
Okay, great.
Yeah, so she left the country.
Oh.
I will not say where she is
Okay.
unless she says herself where she is.
Okay.
So yeah, and this is the composition of our team at this moment.
Great.
But I think as we're sitting here in the studio, I was just telling the team, you know, what you shared with us late last year.
Yeah.
And I think everybody in the studio and everybody who listened in and watched the show was at awe as to what you shared with us.
Right.
But you are here on motivation / something else here today.
Yeah.
So maybe you can just take the opportunity to share that with us quickly.
All right. Thank you so much, Neville. And once again, Compliments for you.
Thank you
good
so
to
much.
see you. So much has happened last year, and one should be grateful that one has made the crossover as well as to coffee,
Yes.
Coffee, yeah.
coffee, and Mitch.
Yeah.
Yeah. So good morning, guys, and it's such a pleasure to have met you again.
It's a pleasure to have you.
And as well as to our viewers and listeners, thank you so much once again for inviting me back to your program. I think it's a very important program, and it means so much to our country at this point in time in history. You know and I know that we are faced with quite a number of challenges at the personal level, corporate level, national level,
Yeah.
almost on every front of our country. And not just in Namibia, it's cross-cutting, it's everywhere, it's all globally everywhere. So we are really at crossroads as nations of the world, but more so as individuals, just like you said, people are moving and everyone's trying to adjust and readjust, or define and redefine themselves. So, let me first begin off by saying that I don't know what to talk about much, but let me talk about the book that I wrote last year, and maybe I'll pick up on that and I will then kind of flow from that. Last year, I published a book. In fact, I finished the book in 2020, but I just finished, I published it last year. And I titled that book deliberately so, The Burden of Leadership. The Burden of Leadership. And the reason why I called it The Burden of Leadership, it's just to denote and to indicate that, look, like I said, we're at crossroads. I'm telling you, Neville, everybody, I mean, you are always in touch with people everywhere. Everybody is trying to just survive. Whether it's corporate, I mean, companies have downsized. Some have closed down altogether. A lot of SMEs have collapsed under the weight of COVID and many other challenges. Relationships are strained to the limits. Financial institutions are trying to get their mullah from people, and people are not coming through. And
Cash loans.
I'm telling you, and people are taking the kids from private schools and pump them into the public schools because we can't keep up with the payments. And it's like a whole mixed bag of challenges. And the politicians are trying their best, and a lot of it's happening on the political front as well.
Are they?
Well, so they say. So they say. So they say. But the point I'm trying to make is to say we are living in a very, very unpredictable, challenging times. And therefore it calls for a relook at how we do things, how we see ourselves as individuals first and foremost, and as a country as well, and even as companies. So that book really, the title, The Burden of Leadership, is to say, it's not so much a negative title as the burden, because the burden means weight.
Yes.
It's more to say, it's more in response to our responsibility and to be accountable. Can we carry this burden, the burden of responsibility, the burden of accountability to ourselves, to our families, to our nations, to our societies, and to the family of humanity? Can we carry this burden in these challenging times? So having said that, now Neville, to come back to why I'm here, is just to give us maybe a kick. How do we start this year? And I want to begin off with a statement made by Ralph Waldo Emerson. It's a statement I heard years ago, and I love it because it speaks to our context. It simply says that what lies behind us, what lies before us, I like to throw in something else to say, and what lies around us are tiny matters compared to what lies within us. What lies behind us, which is the past, obviously. What lies before us, which could be the future, are tiny matters compared to what lies within us. And I think,
Saki, maybe in what you say there,
Yeah.
and gentlemen, please chip in here.
yeah,
And let's collectively try and educate ourselves here.
Yeah.
Let's start with the first one. What lies behind us? How it's too easy to say forget about the past,
Yeah.
because there could have been things that's been so hurtful in my personal life that I still struggle
absolutely.
with, these shackles, to leave these shackles behind,
Yeah.
to actually free myself of these things. A lot of times people say, forgiveness and what
Forget it and move on.
is a choice and not a feeling.
Yeah.
That's what people say. But it's not easy just to forget the past. Kalfi, how do you deal with your past?
Well, I think the past is important. I had to learn all the way up to the age of 52 how to deal with this,
Yeah.
especially, for example, if you go through trauma like losing a parent at the age of 10 and stuff like that, losing children.
Wow.
So what happens is that, yes, you are absolutely right. In terms of the feelings, the past, they tend to breed inside you, especially if there are lots of negative things, and that it starts to fester in you. However, if you don't let it, to make the choice and say, hang on, I have to let it go, you will not be free. It's like driving a car. You constantly look out the big front screen. That's 90% of your vision. But now every now and then you have to look in the mirror and just see what you've left behind. Remind yourself of that, but don't fester yourself on that.
Mitch?
For me, I believe that what your past will shape your future. Whatever you do, the things you do in your past is gonna shape your future and where you're gonna be at that time. So I try my best to have a really structured and compiled past, or whatever I do, I try my best for it to put me in a position where I will be free from anything.
Do you succeed all the time?
Not all the time, but it's really difficult because I don't like to forgive people.
Yeah.
Is that your
it's
that's
just,
your drawback?
Yeah, it's just me. I don't know how to forgive somebody.
Exactly.
If somebody does something to me today, I will still be planning on having a revenge. It could be 5 years and I will still be remembering that thing.
Yeah.
Like I told you the other day, Mos. The girl that broke my heart, and then in Namibia was retrenching people, and I was saying, "Say moet geretrench word."
You still harbor stuff like that.
Yeah, that's just me. I don't know why.
Can you help this Nama here?
Yeah, no, never. That's a very important question that you just posed, and I think most of us had to grapple with that. But I think to look at the past, it is true. Let me, and I'll be the first one to admit, and all of us have gone through stuff that really could have thrown you off the rails, or that. But for me personally, this is now Saki, my take on life, the way I see it. Regardless of what has happened, if you allow your past to imprison you, to handcuff you, and I think therein lies the danger and the tragedy. There are people, for example, they will lose loved ones, and by the way, death is a common experience. It's life. Eventually, all of us. Interesting enough, let's talk about COVID. Let me go so far. COVID last year, I think there is hardly anybody in this country, whether directly or indirectly, who will not be able to relate
To COVID.
to COVID.
Yes.
Which have lost somebody, a friend, a cousin, a loved one. But all of us, I think, in this country by last year, June, July, August was our peak.
May broer.
It was rough.
It was rough.
Yeah. So but the point I'm trying to make is to say, look, at the end of the day, you can decide. Now, deciding to move on does not negate your experience, does not water down what you've gone through, does not make it like it's not important, it's not serious, it didn't affect you. But the choice is you to say, look, will I pitch camp on this thing for the rest of my life? And I've seen people, I've met people up to now as I'm talking. There are people who are still angry at their grade 1 teacher for chasing them out of class.
Ek is die persoon. Ek
Let me
ken
tell you
help.
something.
Oeh,
There's I don't want to mention the name, but up to now, there are people who were told stuff by their grade 4 teacher. You won't make it in life. Just the statement.
Yeah.
This
You won't amount to much. And they have allowed that statement to literally
manifest itself.
manifest, handcuff them, and held them in prison for 30, 40, 50, 60 years. There are people still held in shackles.
That
by a
was,
statement made.
that was just an example that you just
It's an example I just
gave.
gave.
But
You know what I'm saying?
I'm sitting here and I remember my standard 4 year from.
Yeah.
I've had those statements thrown at me quite a few times at primary school.
Yep.
Because ek was 'n woelige kind gewees. And I think in the 80s, a child who did not have any left brain tendencies or who's not strong, whose left brain is not strong,
Yeah.
because I'm a creative kid. So
Very
those
pretty
kids, those kids have always been considered dumb, stupid.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, and
Special
with-
class.
special class,
Oh, that class. Eh?
special class.
Kafi, do you know what the special class was? No, it's like if a kid has, I think it was with kids that don't do good.
Special
academics
needs.
or something.
Learning
Special
disability.
Special
Of
needs.
course,
It
yeah.
was then.
Yeah.
It was like a disability. If you know.
Yeah. But to move forward with the conversation, so
Yeah.
you say
Yes. So the
so
po-
to look at the back,
Yes.
and then to your side.
yes.
Okay.
And let, you see, let, let your
What do you
experience-
mean about to your sides?
No, to your side, it just means to basically your environment.
Your environment.
Yeah,
Okay.
the people around you.
Yeah.
I mean, look, there are toxic environments and there are good environments. So at the end of the day, you have to choose. But I still want to to zoom in on this aspect of the past.
Yeah.
Because it's so real for most people, honestly speaking. Now, here's the thing. It's one thing when someone says to you, you won't amount to much. That is not as serious as when you tell yourself. And again, there's another group of people who literally tell themselves, they look at themselves in the mirror and they believe, nah, man, I'm not cut out for this.
I'm not cut out for this.
This success, achieving dreams, getting your achieving yourself in life, these are only for some people. Now, if you are that kind of person, then it's more serious than someone telling you that. And I think this is really the dilemma we are facing now. And I'm saying this at the beginning of the year because for most people, there are 3 different people crossing over into the new year. There are those who ended off the year very well, on a good trajectory. They were fine, they're pursuing their goals. So for them, they just pick up and continue where they left off.
Yeah.
There are those maybe they didn't end the year last year so well. They are maybe demoralized, they lost hope, they lost all passion to want to move on. Some of them may want to go back to the drawing board and maybe check and recheck again. Where have I gone wrong? Is it association? Is it friendship? Is it networking?
Yeah.
Is it lack of planning? Is it lack of commitment? Not so long ago I heard, I don't know if it's even Denzel, I think I forwarded to you, Neville, where the guy said, without commitment you won't start, without consistency you won't finish. I thought that was actually profound.
That's profound.
Yeah,
That's
you
profound.
see that for some people this year may want to look
Say
at
that again. Say that again slowly.
Without commitment, you will never start whatever you want to do.
Without commitment,
Yeah,
you will not start.
yes.
Okay.
And without consistency,
You will not finish.
you will not finish.
And without consistency,
Yeah,
you will not finish.
whatever you have started.
It's pretty much like Arsenal football.
Yeah,
Seriously, ne?
Come here, Sanju.
Seriously. Such violence.
Violence.
Early on a
Come,
Monday
we decided
morning.
to choose violence now.
Kinin Glovu says, effective leadership does speak to, or rather demands, the clarity of all sides concerned, whilst enticing compromise from all societal groupings in order to reach consensus in strategies of intent and purpose. The burden becomes a burden due to the crass arrogance rooted in unadulterated ignorance, either wittingly or unwittingly. Kini. Yo.
Oh, can Kini net
Mondays.
like net it's net.
Yeah. Kini.
Just for one Kini,
Yeah.
please.
We got effective leadership. Yeah. But we got you. We got you. Thanks, Kini. Thank you.
yeah.
Yeah, you may continue.
Yeah, no, I was just saying, I was trying to talk to the people that must have crossed over. And then 2 days ago, no, last week I spoke to a gentleman in the gym. And he said to me, you know, Saki, it's amazing. This time of the year, we've got so much sign up, people registering to
Yeah.
join the gym.
Yeah.
January. Come back in February, it's half full. Come in March, it's a quarter full.
Yes.
Come in April,
Back to normal.
back to normal. And not just that, he said to me, come on Monday and Tuesday. If you could draw a graph, it will be very steep. The curve will be steep. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, the curve goes down. Now, it speaks to again what we are saying. Look, consistency, without consistency. So, generally the world, I always say this, people people have good ideas, make no mistake. People have good plans, make no mistake. Someone said, if you fail to plan, I tell you what, most people, they do plan, make no mistake. The problem is we don't follow through on our plans. So most of our dustbins are literally filled with yesterday's plans, last year's plans, the year before's plans, which are good plans. But the problem is we lack the motivation, we lack the consistency, we lack the drive to see through those plans. People always ask me, Saki, how do you get to write books every year? It's one of my yearly goals. I said to myself, every year I must write at least one. Last year I wrote 2. So at least, is it easy? No. But I got to stick, I got to discipline, I got to focus on that.
If I have to touch upon, on what you were saying, Saki, and guys, I would like to get your take on this. Saki basically used the analogy about going to the gym. You have this peak on a Monday up to Tuesday, and then it drops from Wednesday. I've seen that in the gym for years on end. What's your take on New Year's resolutions? Because then again, it just feels, and maybe I can start off myself by saying, I was never a big torchbearer for New Year's resolutions, because I always feel that anything that I start on the 1st of January is bound to fail in my personal life. I would never start or make any personal commitments towards myself on a Monday. I never do that. Because I always feel that there's a big probability that it will fail by Friday. So I would unorthodoxly start anything on a Wednesday or Thursday. It sort of gives me the peace of mind that, you know what, start whenever you feel like it, but don't conform to.
Don't box yourself.
Don't box yourself. I don't know what you guys think.
I'm
about.
a bit different. I compete with myself. Like,
Okay.
It's just something that was like what he said. Some kids were told at school, like, you will never amount to yourself. So I give myself personal challenges, and I say, like, I don't think you'll do it. And then me myself wants to prove myself wrong. I'll do it. I'll show you. I'll do it, and I'll just show you that I can do it. But then it's a challenge that I'll give myself. So every year I'll just take like probably five things that I want to do. I want a certificate in human resources, probably. So I'll 5 things, and I want to reach them by end of the year, and I always make sure to do that. So it's not like a resolution, but just like small challenges that I give myself.
Understand?
Yeah, to like really push myself to a level that I want to be at a certain age. So I'll give myself like 35. I should be a multi-millionaire. So I want to put everything together for me to be like 35. Now I'm 35. How much do I have in my bank account? Yeah, that's just me.
Kaufi?
Well, on my side, personally, I used to chase those dreams and actually achieved and accomplished them here by mid-30s, 40s. Career-wise, I was right up there. And then what is interesting is that life can turn literally in a flash, in a moment. And you find yourself just sliding down this ladder just to find yourself starting all over again. So when we look at and I did some motivation myself, I'm very motivational speaking and all that. So when it comes to, I believe this process to be circular in a very linear life, because what you were talking about, we get born and we die. So that is linear. Motivation to me is circular. It's pretty much the same as we see in the entire universe. The planets are round, the sun is round, everything is round, going around each other, you know. And I think the strongest motivator out there is achievement.
Yeah.
And from that, the second strongest one is recognition. You need to have somebody that says, well done, Mitch, or well done, Saki. And from there on, you need that reward, those millions, or whatever reward. Doesn't have to be a monetary thing. The fourth strongest motivator, that is the one that is difficult, because that is where you come up with, you've got to come up with the idea, your innovation. And that takes the longest part up to achievement.
Yeah.
And then, so basically, that's the way I see it.
Great.
Tangeni with a capital T says, resolution, I need to get myself a black shirt like Kofi. Hopefully I'll achieve it. Sure.
Yeah.
Yes, Saki.
Yeah, no, for me, it's so interesting. For me personally, okay, let me first give my view on this whole thing. I think we are different people. At the end of the day, I think the secret lies in knowing what works for you. In your case, you are this free-spirited person. But I believe that at the end, you may not necessarily write it down and follow a structured system. But at the end of the week, you know for sure, more or less, you should have achieved this. How you achieve it, which direction you take, whether you start in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening. It's just like some people. Some people are more productive in the morning. Some are more productive during midday, some more in the evenings. So I think, and by the way, COVID has also taught us that following always a structured way sometimes may not always work. And you know, for example, now some people, up to now, I still have some friends that works from home, which is something that we never really were used to in this country. You understand? So there are some people that need to follow a structured format. Maybe that's how they are wired. That's how their minds work. There are those who don't need a structured approach to getting things done. But the bottom line is still, do you at least have an idea of what you want to achieve this year? And then you can now decide what methodology, what approach you will use, structured or not structured, working from home or at work. I think we shouldn't really get so much carried away by that. Find what works for you personally, and still achieve your goal, if that is what you have to do.
I wanted to ask that a lot of people believe that to be a motivational speaker or what, it's something that you are born with, and like I believe people, like I say always, your heart has to be raspered for you to become a motivational speaker. You have to go through a lot of things for you to decide. So how did it come to you? How did
all right. I think I did. No, for me, I think I'm a person who believes in potential. And I think last year we spoke about the 5 questions that how to get to that. But I think for me, you got to find your passion. Your passion will kind of create your area of motivation. Look, anyone can be a motivational speaker. Never can be a motivational speaker in which area? In the area of media, in the area of entertainment, in the area of whatever he does, creativity.
Sure.
That's his domain. You can be, I don't know what your background is, but let's assume you are in soccer. You can be a motivational speaker, because motivational speaker only means that it's the value you bring to humanity, based on your areas of strength that you are passionate about. And I think therein lies our uniqueness. He can be a motivational speaker in his area. Frank Fredericks in running. Masilingi. Bombas in running. Gaza. If Gaza comes here and... last night I just happened to listen carefully on this voice on the TV where this idol, the idol voice where... Yes. And then the gurus were sitting there. I saw John Legend. I saw all these guys. And they were looking for coaches. Like, okay, I'll coach you. Why? Because, and nobody will say no to be coached by Neville, for example, in the area of media and entertainment, because they've seen the guy's consistency. There we go again. Consistency in his domain. Consistency in his area. So if he stands up and says, listen, guys, I want to coach people on this area, and that becomes your area, your domain of motivational speaking. The problem I have is when you try to be all-round. Yeah, if you try to be all-round.
Master of everything.
And we know the saying already.
100%.
So your strength lies in perfecting or specializing in your area of gifting, potential, and ability. And you sharpen. You see, I always, it's like, when I was much younger, I tend to be more general, you know. But as I grow older, I begin to focus on one or two things.
Yeah.
Master one or two things and be good at that. And that becomes your selling point. That becomes who you are. That becomes your brand. You know,
Value.
nowadays, if you talk about leadership, most likely they say, oh yeah, this is Saki guy who talk about leadership. Because it takes much of my effort, and that's where I zoom in a lot. And I think this is what you need to do starting this year. Don't try to be general.
Yeah.
And in Namibia, we like copying even.
Mohausi Boli says, the moment you define your goals, how and in what order you want or can attain them, that's the moment you realize your year does not run from January to December. But your year starts when you put those goals in motion. Appreciate the little setbacks. There is so much education in that. Mohau, this is the best statement that you've ever given on this show. We will put you in the run for top jita for the end of the week.
Yeah, except for greeting coffee.
Tangeni with a capital T. But if you're a comedian, how do you become a motivational speaker in being a grapjas? Let me answer that. Tangeni, I think comedians have found a niche in their message, whether it's on a political platform, whether it's on a social platform, whether you talk about the economy, etc., etc. If you put some humor into what you say, because a lot of people warm to humor, not silliness. There's a difference between being silly, and that is why I hate the word grapjas.
Yeah.
Oh,
Grapjas, naar.
You are
clown.
humorous
Yeah.
is a better term
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
because if you constantly tell jokes
Yeah.
in whatever it is that you do, you
Yeah.
ultimately become the joke.
Yeah, yeah. There must be
some substance.
there
The-
must
the-
be
the-
some
the-
substance.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah. You can be humorous, but there must be some substance, as we say. So I think comedians the world over, they've sort of carved out a market for themselves into how they can get a message across with people listening to that specific message. And as we say, it's got nothing to do with being a grapjas or whatever.
They always say that, man, like clown. There's clowns.
Yeah. So, Saki, tell us a little bit more about the book as to where it's available.
Yes.
How can we get in touch with you
Yes.
and the book, etc.
Yeah, you know, first, my sincere apology. Actually, I meant to bring you a complimentary copy. It's in
Aha.
the car, so from here I can quickly run to my car.
Yeah.
And I get your copy.
Yeah,
All
sure.
right.
Now we can.
And, an
we-
autograph for you.
Yeah.
Where you can get the copies, you can get it straight from me. You can go to Book Den, you can go to exclusive bookshops, you can go to Cillian bookshop downtown. You can go to, I think those are the three major ones. Book Den,
Book then.
exclusive in Grove Mall.
Okay. Exclusive.
Yeah, and then we have a Salient bookshop just near Natus here in town, just around the corner somewhere there. Yeah, not only in the same street as what is this Italian restaurant? Let's see,
Vatican?
Italian
Hierdie kant
Independence.
hierdie kant van City of Windhoek.
Yes,
Oorkant
nearby
City.
there. Yeah.
What is it? Yeah.
In Garden Street.
Yes, yeah, there.
I think it's Garden Street.
There's a
Yes.
bookshop called the Salient.
Just say-
And just opposite City of Windhoek, there's the Windhoek German name.
Windhoeker Buchhandlung.
Yes.
Ach, asseblief.
That's it.
It's also in there. Or you can also go to the Christian Mobile Literature. Christian Mobile Literature. They also keep my stock. Or you can call me directly, and you can also get it from me.
Saki, please share your telephone number on our show.
Okay, thank you, Neville. 081-257-5740. Quite easy. 081-257-5740.
If you want the number, just scroll back on the on the stream.
Yeah.
You should be able to get Saki's contact details.
I wanted to ask, like, the traditional way of writing books, right?
Yes.
Like,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
most of the people are moving to the digital. Most of the people just read these books online and what.
Yeah,
So how are you gonna adapt to that? Like, are we gonna move over to the digital writing, and is your books online also?
Yeah, you know what? That is something that I'm probably will be doing very soon online. People have been asking that. But let me tell you something. However, I try to read a book online. I don't know. I find it difficult to read it online. I can read. I can read a page online. I can read 2 pages, but a book of 212 pages, like this book of mine, is over 200 pages. So it kind of
You want to have it in your hand.
yes,
That is,
there are certain things. It still feels good when you have a book in your hand.
Yes.
You have your copy there on the shelves. But you are right. Life is changing. There are a lot of things that are changing. So I guess is to make it available in both ways.
Electronic.
Yeah, that
obviously
those who
the
like it
hard copy.
online, they can do it.
Yeah, because this is the thing, the tradition of readers,
Yeah.
the people that read novels and what, they want the physical book.
Absolutely.
And there are just some things that won't change, like the way Japanese make the samurai sword is
Yeah.
they want to use the old ways of doing it. They won't use, even if the technology is available to make a katana right now, they won't use it, and it's just not valuable if you're gonna do it with the new technologies. They don't value the katana that much.
What we will do is, Saki, when we have the book, we
Okay.
will surely be giving it away to one of our prized viewers.
Yeah.
Which book do you want to give away?
The book that you want to give to
No.
me.
I can give them a book for the prize. I want you to have your book.
Okay,
Yeah.
Hoe kom
I want
jy
you
net
to have
never
your
wat 'n
book.
boek kry?
Ek sal die boek share met julle as ek
Yeah, I want you to have your book.
Dankie.
Yeah, then we can give them a copy for the listeners, viewers. Yeah.
We'll share them on one of the competitions.
Tangeni with a capital T says, and this message is directed to, I don't know if it's directed to Saki or to us here in the studio. Please don't botch us. Soos julle met Gaza se CD. Ons wag nog. So no, Tangeni, we will definitely make sure that the book, Saki's book, we will definitely make sure that we're going to give it away on our show, okay? Somewhere during the week, definitely. That's what we can do.
Yeah, and I think just because of what you said now, don't botch us. Lieve Iskia, your CD of Kadutura's favorite son of Cassidy that you Estomich won it, and she actually said I should give to you. So it's still here. You guys are not the ones picking the stuff up.
Okay.
Yeah, as Jelle, botch niemand.
There you go. Saki, in closing prospects for the year, going forward.
You know what? This morning, as I was trying to collect my thoughts, I got reminded a statement made by the late Dr. Miles Monroe, someone that I really looked up into in terms of his work. You know, he had a statement which I thought I can conclude with, and he simply said that, and I'm paraphrasing. He simply said, "The greatest enemy to progress is usually our last success." The greatest enemy to progress is usually our last accomplishment, our last achievement.
You
says-
are only as good as your last achievement.
Yes. So, and that kind of statement, I gave this probably more than 20 years ago. It stuck in my mind to never pitch camp on your last achievement. It's so easy to get so overwhelmed and so carried away and so excited about your last accomplishment that you forget that. Listen, I used to be a teacher, by the way, talking about teaching, and I used to teach. I majored in geography. Now, in geography, when you do the mountains, there's what I call mountain ranges. You know, you look at a mountain, you think, oh, it's the only top. You can't get to the top, you realize, there's another one and another one. A valley, mountaintop, valley, mountaintop. So achievement in life is almost like that. You get to the top, then you realize, oh my God, there's another valley and another top.
My top became
another
a valley.
and another top. So don't get so much impressed. Celebrate your achievement, be happy for it, but don't let that last achievement imprison your gain that you failed to want to move forward.
Yep.
I believe there's much more to what you have achieved. And in conclusion, potential never finish. It finishes or the day you die. I believe as long as you're alive, there's always something new and better that you can achieve. That is my personal philosophy. So this year, no matter how much you've accomplished last year, you might have gone beyond your expectations. Believe me, I believe you can still do much more this year. So don't camp on your last accomplishment. That could be your hindrance.
That is very
Well
very
said.
Yeah,
profound.
that's profound.
Very very
I like
Well
profound. And you know, the three of us are, in fact, we're all entertainers as we sit here. Kaufi is an accomplished musician,
Wow.
and
Can you
like
sing a song? Maybe like a
Oh,
something?
yeah, I can
Hy
sing
Duitser
something.
kan sing.
I
Hy Duitser sing.
no.
Yeah, and Mitch, you should. The more this country opens up and we have corporate events, etc.,
Yes,
etc.,
yes.
you will see more of Mitch.
Okay,
because Mitch
wonderful,
is
man.
he's also hosting a lot of corporate
Great.
events.
Maybe next time I've got training, I can bring you in.
Yeah. So and I think for us who are in the industry,
Yeah.
it's very profound, because sometimes I do get myself. I remember my last show. The show was so good.
Eish.
And you need to quickly step away from that,
Yeah.
because you don't want to
Find
get
something new.
stuck in a time warp.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like what you say, Kaufi. I
Sure.
mean, if you do your music, it's important that you need to be a little bit more creative the next time around, and that it's the only way that you can improve what you're doing. Yeah. So, but Saki, once again, thank you so much
Most
for coming
welcome.
This
in.
was really fantastic.
Yeah,
This was really fantastic.
I want to ask a question, because like a lot of people don't see writing books and what as a career where you can
Yeah,
make
yeah.
money. Hoeveel geld maak julle uit hierdie boek?
That's a
But
good
because
question. Yeah.
Namibia is not like, I don't believe we're a nation of people
Yeah, yeah.
that reads a
Yeah.
lot,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
in that reading tradition.
Yeah.
Hoeveel geld maak julle man? Ek wil van die geld.
Yeah. No. I know you've got a goal to be a millionaire by 55. Okay, in Namibia, you're right. The population is small, but you got to be creative and innovative on how to approach the market. You saw, for example, in December, I had 3 different big malls in the country. I was in Grove Mall. There was a stand there, Oshana Mall in Ongwediva, and Dunes Mall in Walvis Bay. That's now for the individuals, people passing by, and so on. But then I also got a corporate approach, where, for example, when I do trainings, all right, it's part of my resource material for the training. If there are 30, 40 people, they get the books. If there are 30, 40 people, 50 people, they get their books as part, built into the quotation and
Yeah.
so on.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
Now,
Yeah.
that's one aspect. The other aspect also, where you can really, in terms of writing, you got to understand your market, who you are writing for. So, for example, I write a lot of books for education. I'm coming from a teaching background and having trained many teachers. So sometimes I got a book, for example, 2 books. One, taking charge of your classroom and school and so on. So now, because I do training, so when I go and train teachers, and how many teachers do we have in this country? Yeah, you understand? So when I go out there, I do training, and once I'm done, I say, okay, guys, we need copies of this book. And I don't know, maybe just me, but it's almost, I've never been in a situation where I did a training or a talk, and I made an invitation for the book, and there's no one who doesn't want my books. And yeah, people, it's just like CDs. Once you get used to someone's writing, and you know the quality of their writing,
Yeah.
the next one, they are the first
You
one.
just like it.
I've got people who say to me, man, I'm still looking for your first book. My first book was published in 2008. My first book, and some people still look for it up to now. So at the end of the day, it's how you prepare your meal, it's how you serve it, and it's how you cherish it. Yeah.
Ah, that's
Thank
true.
you.
That's true. You need to know the business side of whatever you're doing.
yeah.
Very
Yeah.
very true. Guys, thank you also for your comments. I'll read the last one from Cleaning Glove, who says, Adapt, sir. I can relate to your stance, but technology is revolutionary in its nature. You will be amazed by the market share of digitalized readership. Wow. Depending on where one is domiciled, I must add, I have a collection of 250 books bought online and digitalized.
Wow.
Cleaning, thank you so much for that information. And I think for all of us going
Absolutely.
forward, we still need to write our autobiographies of our lives.
I must start writing.
We will definitely be taking note of that. Saki, once again, thank you so much for coming in this morning. It's really been such a pleasure, and once again, you know, the motivation that you do share with us
Thanks, man.
is priceless.
It's been insightful for me.
I can just say in closing, if there's one thing that I think a creed that I always live by, and it's something that I keep on telling my sons as men. I keep on telling them there are 3 things that you need to sort out in your life very early. 3 things. How are you going to make your money? Sort that out very early in your life. How am I going to make my money?
Yep.
The second one is, what is my relationship with drugs and alcohol? Decide quickly in your life what is your relationship with drugs and alcohol. The third one, what is your relationship with women?
Oh yeah.
Because those 3 things can destroy a man's life.
Sure.
Very true.
Drugs, alcohol, how are you going to make your money? How
Women.
do you relate to women?
Yeah.
Those 3.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I know you're right. Those things can really.
Wow.
They can shift your your
Your
whole
focus
Yes.
completely.
And once you are in that hole, no one else can get you out of it except
Yourself.
you.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's waar.
Sure.
That's waar wat Calvi said.
What a way to end a show.
And that hole that we're talking about, it's what a hole. Because I tell you, that when you're stuck in that hole,
Oh my God, man.
it's you feel you the only person that this is happening to.
Exactly.
It's a very terrible thing, man. I don't want people to go through that.
Yeah.
Sure.
I don't wish for anybody to go through that thing. Man.
Roviera says, ek sê Eve's daughters also never.
His daughters, yeah.
Yeah, talking about daughters, I would like to take this opportunity to wish my daughter, Ayanda Bason, a happy 13th
You get it?
Happy
Never-
birthday.
You don't know, ne?
13th birthday.
Wow.
She's 13 today, and as a father, I don't know how many of you guys. Saki, do you have daughters?
No. Not boys.
Just boys.
I have a daughter.
You got a daughter.
Yes.
You got a daughter. Yeah, Nia. Kijk, when it comes to when it's my son's birthdays.
Yeah.
We don't.
Oh yeah, yes.
Oh,
nah,
shout
shout
out.
out.
When it's your daughter's
Yeah.
birthday.
I was so emotional this morning when I woke up and I just see her. She's 13 years old today, and I said, "Daddy loves you with everything." that
I just go and buy more bullets. That's what I do on her birthday.
Devil, I was mad at my father one day for not wishing me a happy birthday. And this man looked at me and said, "Esje, what?
Ja.
Omdat ek nie happy birthday vir jou sê. Jy is 'n man.
He's a man.
Wat 'n man wil happy birthday gesê word?"
Okay, but that's also wrong of us as men.
Yeah, they're very wrong for that.
Stupid patriarch system that we grew up in, that we think that men don't have any feelings and they don't need affection at all. And that's not how it's supposed to be.
Ek ken eens nie asof ek of ek verjaar nie.
Yeah,
Dis wat hy my gesê. Ek ken nie. My vrou sê eens happy birthday vir my.
Oh.
Nou jy kom met die storie. Is hard op ons nie.
There's heart. Guys, thank you so much. We've come to the end of our show. It's been a pleasure.
Thanks, man.
yeah.
Thank you, Vosia. Thank you, Estomich, for the congratulatory messages. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, guys. And to all of you out there, it's a Monday. Yes, I know you are all in this hole until the 25th.
Woo! Dis nog baie lank.
Ek weet nie, daar's mense wat wag, wat is vandag? 15.
17.
Okay, nee, Unam se mense onderwysers het klaar gepay. Okay.
Kom ons gaan leen by
Is dit nie
hulle.
die 15de nie? Oh, well,
Ja,
nee?
15de ne?
Ja.
Vrydag gepay.
Hulle Vrydag gepay.
Vrydag gepay.
So the 20th is this week. So who pays on the
Stille.
20th? Is die bankgoede.
Die banke en dan ons betaal
Do I-
ons.
Police.
Do I have friends that get paid the 20th?
We've still got 192 hours until we get paid.
So jy het dit nou uitgewerk, Duitser.
Hy sê
Ja.
die werk dat
Heerlik. 192 hours.
Hours. Incredible. I think I'm going to write books like Saki and sell them. So,
Guys, thank you very much. To all of you out there, have a blessed Monday.
Day.
We will definitely be
Thank you,
seeing
man.
you soon. Enjoy the day. Blessings.
Blessings to you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Great.
You must have you with us, coffee all the way. Of all time.
Show on the station.
But still good music coming your way.
Day sounds better with your music and your station playing on the background. Makes you happy.
Rafiki Zolo up next.
Let me see what you can do.
And some good news for Ondangwa.
Hi, this is your girl Ann Singer, and you are listening to the most informative, educative, and most entertaining midday show in Africa.
From 9 a.m. till 12 midday on Informanté Radio.
Yapona, hosala, yapona, hosala, yapona, hosala. Been through the page, cuz, who's in the mix, cuz? Arafat, ghetto child, what it is, cuz.